Happy New Year, Capricorn, and happy birthday. It is Capricorn season, so welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of January 2021. I'm really excited to see what shows up for us in the new year. I know so many of us are just ready for change. We're just ready for something different than what we were dealing with all throughout 2020. So for the readings this month, I will be using my Morgan Greer tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot. And then I will end your reading, Capricorn, with a Threads of Fate Oracle card. This is a brand new deck. I've actually had it for a while, but this is the first time I'm going to be using this deck on the channel, and it's a gorgeous deck. I can't wait to share it with you. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month. And I would love to share your money message with you. So that's pretty much it for the intro. Let's go ahead and get right into your reading, Capricorn. So, what do we need to know? Okay, I thought I felt some cards flip over. For the sign of Capricorn, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of January 2021. Okay, since that one was there, I'm going to throw him in the mix. All right, so as we move into this new year, Capricorn season, I can tell very clearly by the cards that are showing up for you, Capricorn, is that you really need to, I want to say pause. Let me make sure nobody's out of frame here. You're going to have to kind of do your own little reset. And we'll talk more about that in just a sec. So you can tell by the cards here, like I said, there's things happening. You have people showing up. You have opportunities coming your way. The thing is I'm not sure as we move into this new month and this new year, this new season, a new quarter, a whole new phase of our lives. Capricorn, things for you are happening, but for you specifically, the timing may not necessarily be ideal for you to start taking action. So we have the Page of Rods here, or Page of Wands. Page of Wands talks about news and information coming through as it relates to work, as it relates to your livelihood, your business, whatever it is you do to pay the bills. You're going to get some new information about that, okay? Now, this is going to be something good, or it's going to be something that has a eventual positive outcome. I can tell because it's in the upright position. So even if you're not an employee, it doesn't mean that you don't still have some good news coming through. So get ready for that, okay? Just know that you're going to be, just keep your eyes open, check your emails, answer your phone, whatever. Open the company newsletter because there's some changes coming through for you. We also have the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse. Now this means that things are shifting, things are turning. We have the Hangman here, which again, this tells me now is not the ideal time for you to start taking action on something new. Doesn't mean that it will never be the ideal time, but energetically, you might be better off just holding off for a little while until you get some more clarity, until you get some more information. Now, this is going to impact your money in several ways. Number one, it's going to kind of preserve you from doing anything impulsive, right? We can do impulsive spending. Sometimes we make impulse decisions and they end up costing us in one way or another. This kind of pause is going to prevent you from kind of falling into that. The other thing about really taking your time is that it gives you more time to research. It gives you more time to ask questions. Now we also have the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords, again, this is you maybe even feeling like you could be stuck, or maybe feeling a little overwhelmed and you don't know which way to go. You know, should you do this? Should you do that? Should you wait or should you move? Should you go here? Should you go there? Like I said, very clearly, I'm getting the message that if you can put something on hold, put something on hold. Next, we got the Knight of Pentacles, which means you're going to get some financial assistance in some way. If you're applying for a loan, if you're looking for a new job, if you're asking for some type of income or some type of, boost to your money, that is going to come through. Now, the only thing is I can see here by the Seven of Swords is there's going to be some strings attached, which sometimes isn't always necessarily the help or the boost that we were looking for. Now, this doesn't mean that it's still not going to be beneficial for you. It's just that you may have thought, okay, I'm going to sign a contract or whatever, and the deal's going to be done. Well, no, it probably won't be that simple. It'll be like, okay, you have to sign the contract and you have to do X, Y, and Z. So just know that it could be a little bit more complicated. However, the financial help is still coming through. You're going to see that, or you're going to see some movement towards that in that first week of January. Finally, we have the Ten of Wands here. Again, this is the card of burnout and overwhelm, but when it shows up in the reverse, this is about, again, taking pause, giving yourself time to do a reset, giving yourself time to take a break. All right, don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel like you have to go. Sometimes you get to certain positions in life, and I don't mean like status, but I just mean, you're at a time in your life where you don't always have to be constantly doing. Remember, rejuvenating yourself and giving yourself time to step back and really think is also very profitable. All right, so just remember that as we move into this new month. All right, Capricorn, let's see what else is showing up for you as we move into the new month of January, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Capricorn? I'm not sure whether that landed right side up or reverse, but it's okay. Okay, Capricorn, as we move into the second week of January, looks like things are going to be happening for you more on a personal level, and this has an indirect influence on your money. You see we have the Lovers card here. Now this is, about coming together. This is about divine unity here. This is about, a love and a passion for what you're doing as it relates to your work. But sometimes this card shows up when we are having some, things growing and blossoming in our personal relationships, and sometimes that can affect us financially. And I have a feeling that that's kind of what's going on here. We're moving into a new month and into a new year, and so people really tend to reevaluate what it is that they are looking for personally as well as professionally. And I do see that you're going to get some answers as it relates to your relationship. Now, this has an influence on your money because now you really know what direction you want to go. Like, let's say you decide, okay, I want to get married this year. Well, that's going to determine, how you save, how you budget. Maybe you want to work a little bit harder to get some more money to plan for a wedding or a honeymoon or whatever. So, you get some clarity about your personal life, which gives you clarity about your money life as well. Now, the other good thing that we have is the Ace of Wands here. The Ace of Wands talks about a new enterprise, something growing, something flourishing as it relates to your money. This could be a growing savings account. It could be a new business that's starting to take off. It also could be maybe something you've been working on and it finally starts to, profit for you, create some profit or some revenue for you. So this is good, whatever type of new, business or new project or new enterprise that you have that you're working on, you're definitely going to see some growth for that in the second week of January. Now we also have the Knight of Swords here. Now the Knight of Swords is also the speed card. This is another one of the cards that talks about the timeliness of things happening. Things start happening and moving for you very quickly once we hit the second week of January, especially when it comes to money-related issues or circumstances, okay? So just know that things start moving and they start progressing. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to respond to the speed unless, obviously it's, appropriate to do so. But when it comes to speed and timeliness, just know that things probably will not be held up and that things more than likely will happen efficiently. Maybe even things will start turning around for you ahead of schedule, which is very, very good. And this is going to allow you some time to make plans, especially, again, as it relates to your money. Next, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. We also have the Three of Swords upright, Temperance in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse, again, this is another card talking about taking a step back, not being seen openly, not being front and center. Sometimes you have to do your best work privately. This doesn't mean that you don't want to collaborate or you don't want to work with others, but sometimes you just need to work by yourself. Again, this is another card that's kind of reiterating what we talked about earlier, is that this is a time for you to take pause. This is a time for you to go within. This is the time for you to figure out exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. Now, this Three of Swords in the upright, this is a card about heartbreak and disappointment. The other thing is this is another card that signifies emotional stuff coming up, right? Now, we talked about your relationships are moving very nicely at this time. But there's some other things, some other emotional things that you're working through, and these can also impact your finances. It can impact your career. So just pay attention that whatever comes up, roughly around this second to third week of January, you may feel a little bit more emotionally sensitive. You may get triggered more easily, okay? It has nothing to do with you doing anything wrong, but sometimes, again, things just happen to come up because they need to be dealt with. And I have a feeling that that's what this card is telling us here. Again, I don't see any specific incident or any specific person, but I do see that this is growth here. This is progress. This is you feeling things that need to be felt, and then you having the power to release them, so they don't hold you back anymore. Whatever it may be. It could be things about self-worth. I know a lot of my clients struggle with that. They want money, they want abundance and success, but deep down they don't feel that they're worthy. So I just use that as an example. That may not be your situation, but that's just kind of to shed some light on what could be holding you up or getting in the way. Finally, we have Temperance here in the reverse. Again, this talks about things being out of balance. Now, you could have some things out of balance financially. And that doesn't mean that, you're going to be bankrupt or you're going to lose a bunch of money. But it does mean that you really have to pay attention to how you're planning and how you're strategizing for the future as it relates to your finances. Make sure you have enough money in savings in case something happens. Make sure you have the adequate amounts of insurance in case something happens. You know what I mean when things are out of balance. If you are planning to retire, again, make sure you have enough set aside so you can maintain the level, of the quality of life that you are, living now, so you don't have to make any type of sacrifice. So this is basically me telling you what I see here is that you really need to pay attention. Make sure that you have everything you need, especially when it comes to, your money. Do the best you can to set yourself up for success. All right, Capricorn, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances. Prosperity and abundance for the month of January 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Capricorn? Oh, nice. Okay. As we move into the second half of January, things really start turning around for you for the better. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. Remember, this card we also saw up here, so that's a repeater, and things are shifting. This is really good. Let's start here with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups again means you're going to be presented with something. Now, the Four of Cups is a really nice card because it's nice to have options, right? You know, we've all heard that. I'd rather have options than none. So you do have some options. You do have some alternatives here. Now, not all of them are going to be exciting. Not all of them are going to be a perfect fit. But it's nice that you're in that position to where you can pick and choose. And you definitely will be. Especially when it comes to work and your money. You know, you're definitely going to be able to make some decisions and have the freedom of choice about which direction that you'd like to go. Next, we have the Seven of Wands here. Pay attention to your conversations. Pay attention to, you know, things that are said in business meetings. Looks like here there could be a little bit of some static-y conversations going on. And when I say that, I mean that, you know, maybe not everyone sees things from the same lens. Maybe people misinterpret and misunderstand what you say. So just make sure you pay attention to that, because that could, you know, affect your work, or it could affect, you know, a deal or a project, or, you know, some type of agreement that you may have on the table. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune. This is good luck, serendipity, being in the right place at the right time. One of my favorite cards in the deck, because this is the ultimate good luck card. Once we hit the second half of January, Capricorn, you are in a position to have enormously, positively, you know, outstandingly good luck. Now, the good thing about this is that sometimes things turn, and they turn quickly. And I say that too because we've also got the Knight of Swords. Remember, this is another card that talks about speed and time and timing. The Wheel of Fortune means that things literally turn in your favor. And because it fell on the Knight of Swords, I'm going to, you know, be so inclined to say that things turn in your favor very quickly or very unexpectedly. But it's still, the timing is perfect. Next, we have the Seven of Pentacles. When I see this card, lately, it's been telling me that it's time to kind of make some changes. You know, not that there's anything wrong with your current, you know, situation, your current job or anything like that, but sometimes we outgrow our circumstances. And I find this happening a lot, especially financially. It's like, yeah, you're comfortable, you know, but that's not really how you want things to end. Right? You know, yeah, you don't have to work hard, or you don't have to do too much, and things are great, and all your bills are paid, and you're not struggling. But at the same time, you may be seeking some new challenges. You know, you may be, like I said, outgrowing your current circumstances. And there is the potential to make more money. You just have to motivate yourself to pursue these opportunities. So, that's something that I see that could be happening with you, Capricorn, as we move throughout the month. Finally, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card talks about rebirth, and this is a new decision. This is a new direction, maybe even a new life that you are creating for yourself. Now, the other thing about Judgment is that sometimes things happen with just the first step, or just making the decision. And I really want to stress that here, because let's say you are trying to get a new job, or you're trying to leave a relationship, or, you know, whatever the case may be. The fact that you're thinking about it, and the fact that you've made the decision, is enough for things to start turning around. Okay, you don't have to necessarily have this whole game plan and do all these things in order for you to start seeing results. I'm here to tell you that the energy shifts as soon as you decide that it does, especially money, right? You start clearing the way for money to come to you in more ways, you know, and in much more powerful ways, sometimes in more simple ways, you know, depending on what it is that you're actually going for. So I just want you to know that decision is basically the first step. It's not, you know, the first action you take. It's the first thought that you think. All right. Capricorn, your month is definitely, I feel like this is just a month of you kind of growing and you kind of expanding your awareness. That's what I'm getting so far. But let's see how things shape by, you know, kind of shape and come together by the time we close out January 2021. What do we need to know for our Capricorns as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, abundance for the month of January 2021? Nice. All right, as we close out the month of January, Capricorn, you're on it. You are doing the damn thing, basically. We've got the Four of Swords. Now, we've also got some repeaters here. Knight of Pentacles, we saw him up here. That's really good. And, oh, I thought we had this. We didn't. Okay. The Four of Swords. This is in the reverse. Now, remember I told you the very first week in January, that is a week that you are going to put things on hold. Take a pause. Step back. By the time we close out January, that is the timing for taking action. You can see that very clearly here with the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is the opposite of stepping back. This is, okay, let's make a move. Let's take that first step. Let's do that deal, whatever it is. By the time we close out January, that is going to be your ideal time for taking action, Capricorn, okay? Now, we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, remember, the Knight of Pentacles was up here. This is somebody showing up or something showing up to give you some type of financial assistance or a financial boost. Here, somebody showing up with strings attached. Here, somebody showing up with pure genuineness to help you. The offer is one without strings attached. The assistance is somebody who really authentically just wants to help you. Okay, so you are going to be getting more assistance. Now, energetically, I'm feeling like this is not the same person or the same situation here. You get something here and then something unrelated happens again at the end of the month. All right, and because we also have the card of generosity, the Six of Pentacles, this is giving for the sake of giving, helping, you know, just for the sake of helping. I'm getting very clearly that this situation or person who's showing up to help you really is just about giving you the help that you need, okay? And it's also something that's going to benefit you in more ways than one, too. And this is something that you could have been working for, you know, or working towards on your own, and finally you get that last little bit of, you know, assistance you need in order to complete whatever it is. So this is really good. Finally, we have the Magician, which is all about you ultimately creating the life and the money and the abundance and the career and everything that you want. You have everything you need. Don't ever question yourself or doubt yourself, because the Magician tells us that you have everything you need at your disposal right now in order to create the results that you are wanting. Okay? The Magician also says that you are, it's reaffirming who you are and about standing in your power. You are smart enough. You are beautiful enough. You are talented enough. You are enough. There is nothing you are lacking, either now or tomorrow or next week or whenever. There is nothing you are lacking in order for you to create the wholesome reality that it is that you want to live and that you want to experience. So I just want to make sure that you recognize your own power, Capricorn, because very clearly it's coming through. So like I said, January is a month of paying attention to the timing and the rhythm of what's happening, especially as it relates to your finances. The other thing is I'm getting the sense here, the first half of the month is to kind of sit tight and wait things out. And it's really not until the second half of January where you will be more, I guess, more in alignment to start making the moves, taking the actions, and doing the things that need to be done. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Threads of Fate Oracle card. I hope you can see the gorgeousness that these cards are. And this is my first time using the deck, so you can see the cards are a little sticky. But let's see what shows up for Capricorn. Oh, this is a beautiful card. And what do we have? We have strength. You can see the gold foil. We have the whale here, which is, the largest animal on the planet right now. And we've got the moon here. So this is very beautiful. And also the symbols in this card are very powerful. So strength, that is going to be your underlying theme for January 2021, Capricorn. I hope this resonates, because I do feel like you are tapping into an inner strength, in more ways than one. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.